Alright, so our original video for round 2, game 1, was too long to be able to upload on YouTube. Fortunately, Moto did save the replay, so we're going to walk through, and I'll try and narrate best I can. So let's start this off. He won the roll. Alright, anytime you're ready. Let's start. Okay. So we mulliganed. I wonder if we can go. Don't remember the hand we had. I didn't get a chance to look at it. I think it was a 5-lander with 2 big guys. We did keep a hand similar to that in our games in round 1, but I think that was guys that were a little too big. I think it was like a quilled slagworm and something else. So we shipped it back. This one is a bit better, 3 land, something to play, and cheaper guys. So I didn't want to go to 5, so I deemed this keepable. Dropped an island, passed the turn. He dropped an island, passed the turn as well. We, like a champ, we got the Silcaw. He counters with a Tangle Code. Whoa, going a little too fast. Okay. So we drew the Priest of Norn, but we were unable to cast it, so we did the Tumble Magnet instead. Now it is his turn. He plays an island. Okay, that's too slow. Boy, there should be something in the middle of that fast and that slow. Okay, so he cast a Palladium Mirror. Yeah, he's getting mana pretty fast. We got a Cis Bear. Play it out because we have nothing else to do. Attack because we can. Yeah, I guess we'll do this. So Spire Serpent. That guy is troublesome. He's already got 2 artifacts, and we have no real way of dealing with him, especially when we're a little tight on land. So we do the only thing we can do: play a Plains, attack for 1 because we can, cast the Priests, leaving up Steel Sabotage mana. And he counters with a Tumble Magnet of his own. I don't really want to get hit by the Spire Serpent. Alright, let's slow it down for a second. That Spire Serpent is going to be problematic at all points of the game. We don't really have a way we can defend ourselves against it now. So I wanted to tap it and bring out a big guy so we could double or triple block. If either of these 4/4s, we can triple block with either one plus Cis Bear plus the Priest of Norn and be able to kill it. And he can only kill one of our guys in response. So I thought magneting the Serpent was worth it to save the 5 damage. 'Cause that is a quarter of our life total, and we wouldn't be blocking. And we still have 2 counters left. So that's why I chose to tap it. Unfortunately, we didn't draw land, meaning we can't cast it. His guys are all tapped, so no reason not to swing. We have a Tumble Magnet to tap if we wanted to. So he gave it flying, and I chose not to tap it this time. I didn't want to use up all my counters. Plus, I was hoping maybe to trick him into thinking we had a Dispense Justice or something like that. You won't be able to see it here, but he does think for a second about having it and then comes in anyway. Calls our bluff, but we had to make him think about it for a little while. And draw Swipper. So yeah, he's just bringing beater after beater. The replica comes down. I think we instantly get rid of the Tower of Calamities. That thing can just take out our creatures one at a time. That was a very fortuitous draw, although I don't want to spoil anything. It was just delaying the inevitable. His guys are really strong. Draw Swipper even is a hill giant, even if you can't make it bigger, is an excellent dude. Yep, we get the Spellbomb. We need to draw a card to get a 5th land. As you can see, we don't do it. And we get a Cis Bear, so at least we have something to do on our next turn. He chose to... Alright, let's slow it down. He chose to tap our Priest, who we gave flying, which is fine by me. It used the counter, and it's just 1 infect. But he did it because he knew he was going to arrest the Cis Bear. I suppose he wanted to be able to get in with damage. We tapped his Spire Serpent in response because he's probably going to bring the whole team, and I wanted to, tap that down while we had an opportunity because hopefully we'll draw land, get a guy, and we'll be able to stabilize a bit better. So that's why I tapped it. Yep, we go to 9. We do get our land. And I choose the Cyst Bear there instead of one of these guys. The keepers, obviously, the counters don't have any effect against his deck, and neither does the Intimidate. He has 4 artifacts, and the Intimidate doesn't do much against them. I did this so we could, make blocking a little, or make attacking a little more difficult for him, because we could shrink some of his smaller guys or get rid of some of them outright. And if all he attacks with the Spire Serpent, we can make it smaller, more manageable when we do drop our big guys. So that is my thinking there. Not exactly the most efficient use of mana, but you got to do what you got to do. He brings them both. I elect to... okay, I thought I elected to do the Dross Ripper. I don't know why I thought I did that, because I really think this is the better play. Making this a 3/5 makes it much more manageable for these two. Turning this into a 1/1, we can already eat him with either the Keepers or the Tangleworm, or even the Mantis. So making this, reducing this to 3 power with all of our 4 toughness guys seems the smarter play. At 6/1, half a dozen, we attack with him because we can. No reason not to. It doesn't matter which of these guys we play. I went with a Tangleworm just because it has some interaction with the Spire Serpent if we attacked with something else. Yep. Tangle Mantis over Keepers, just so I could leave up Dispense Justice or Counterspell mana. 4 toughness is enough, so there's not much difference between him and him, especially with the counter ability not having any relevance here. And, yep. Uses the last of his Magnet tokens and Glint Hawks it back to his hand. That is a great play for him. Chose not to attack, even though this guy was tapped, and he could have tapped another one, which is fine by me. Gave us a little longer to get the game back, to swing back to our side. Got the Corruptor, which is a great card, and we wisely, we picked the right card to get rid of. The Tumble Magnet, we had to rid ourselves of. Everything else is small enough that we can manage, and that tapping down a blocker when it was most advantageous for him would not have been good. But that darn Glint Hawk seems to have our number for a while. That's a good guy, but doesn't do much against our Infect folk. Blight Mama, because it's an infinite blocker. We didn't need to play the Keepers there. We have, we can deal with his guys well enough. If we need to end up not blocking something and taking 1 from the Silvermere, that's fine with me. And we slow him down a bit by representing a Counterspell or a Dispense Justice or something else equally unpleasant for him. So that's why I didn't play the Keepers. Gets in for 2. I hope to draw another Silcoss so we could double block. Sadly, that does not happen. Get in there with the Mamba because there's really no reason not to. Now that we have another blocker. Left up. Out of force of habit more than anything else, we left up Counterspell mana. He attacks with a Hawk. We have to block with the Silca. And we have 1 turn to draw. So what can we draw to save us? We can draw the Lumengrid Drake. Or the... Oh, we don't have a bond, so it's pretty much Lumengrid Drake or we're dead. Or another Silcott to delay us for a turn. I think that's the only defense we had. And we drew the Volition Reigns 1 island short of casting it. Even though this situation came up, I think our mana is still the correct mix. We have 9 forests, 6 islands, and 1 plains is our... Yeah, we never drew our Horizon Spellbomb, so it's not like we searched up a plains when we should have searched up an island. But I think it's the right call. We have a lot of double green cards, and going any less, 9/6 seems to be a good mix. I don't want to go 5, only 5 islands, but I don't want to go, 8/7, Forest Islands doesn't seem like the right mix. I know I covered this already in the deck building portion, but thought I'd go over it again since this is a relevant situation. Attack with Blight Mamba again, no reason not to. Yep, he attacks with the Glint Hawk, nothing I can do, and he wins the game. So that's how game 1 turned out. Sorry I couldn't have recorded the full thing. Hopefully the quick version sufficed just fine. I will see you in round 2, game 2.